Life is not worth living every day. As a person that has dealt with a severe case of depression since last October,
I want to have such a great life so bad that every day I'm not there. It feels like a prison. My thoughts eat away at me.
I was talking to my friend last night, and we were having a conversation about the throes of life, you know, the mortal coil, social happenings or whatnot. And it really bugs me that you can't have a conversation with more people about like how displeasing life is. And I'm not talking about going on the internet and having like a fucking forum style discussion about how much we all hate, you know, the social condition and the state of our society, all that stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just being able to sit down and be like, damn, this shit really suck, and I'm tired of dealing with it. Like something she had said that like really stuck with me, and I've been saying this for a long time. And usually when I say it to other people, they look at me like I'm crazy, but like I agree. And basically what she said was, she's like, if this is as good as life gets, like in the current state of society is with inflation, with all this rampant racism, and basically everybody being dumb and as insensitive, and the lack of accountability on pretty much every aspect of everything. If this is how good life gets, why would I want to be here? This is not me saying I want to die, but this is me saying if life does not get any better than my current life right now, if there's no upwards progression, like if I do not find a way to make more money, or if basically being able to enjoy life does not become more accessible, like I have to work 40 hours a week at a stressful job for the next 40 years, why would I want to do that? Somebody explain that to me. How am I tripping for saying that I don't want to do that in my life? I'm old enough to know that that's not something I want to do. I know I'm not fulfilled. It's really tough to like maintain social connections with people because everybody is so insufferable. Like so many people don't know how to handle adversity, critique, you know, get feedback from people. Even the people they say they care about, they can't receive criticism from them. And you mean to tell me that I got to go through the rest of my life dealing with these people in every aspect, in every area of my life? Tell me why I would want to do that. Don't really make sense. That's not fun. That does not seem enjoyable. But I have to because the world says so. Make it make sense, bro.
My biggest piece of advice for that, brother, first thing I'll say is I understand. You know, with the news and all of these things that's going on socially, with social media, people not talking the way they used to talk, people working these jobs just to find out like, wow, I'm going to work this job and then I can't even live off of my pension. I'm not God, so I can't answer everybody's problem, but I hope this video helps somebody. Stop repeating the thing that is pissing you off. The thing that is making you mad, that is mandatory, make sure that you're making it a means to an end. And I'm not only talking about a job. I'm not only talking about money. I'm talking about in general, whether it's people that you're dealing with, whether it's social media that you're consuming that's bringing you down. Like, be aware of all of these things throughout your day, because these small microcosms of our day is causing us to feel very flat, when that's not our natural states.
life is not worth living every day. As a person that has dealt with a severe case of depression since last October, I can honestly say every day I do not want to be here. Some days I just be like, bro, if I could choose to be here or not, be born or not, I would not be born. And of course, there's other days I'd be like, oh man, I'm so happy I'm here. I'm glad that I get to experience this thing with this person. But yeah, like I said, every day is not worth living.
Nobody ever talk about how hard it is to follow God when you're tired of life. Like when you're tired of living. Like not even on some like wanting to take my life stuff or nothing like that, but I'm just tired, bro. Like life is so heavy. There's so many burdens, right? Like you get up out of the bed in the morning and you know you got so many responsibilities. You being pulled in so many different directions. You got so many different people you got to be there for and take care of them, right? But how can you be there even for yourself, right? So many different obstacles and hurdles, right? That you have to wait in anticipation for, or that you have to deal with, right? There's so many different things you got to spend money on. It's like you leave out of your house door and that's minus $200 just because you breathe fresh air, right? Like, why does nobody talk about how hard it is to follow God when you're tired of being here? And I know people go through this, so many more people, right? But it's like everybody want to try to act like they got it all figured out, or people want to, you know what I'm saying, be too ashamed to just tell people they tired. But it's like, we need to talk about this. Like, how do you follow God when you're tired? Like, how are you supposed to follow somebody when you don't even want to move? You don't even want to get up out of the bed. You just want to rock. You just want to sleep.
That's heavy.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I already know it's going to be the people saying like, man, look how blessed your life is, right? Like people would give anything to be in your shoes. And I'm not trying to say that I'm not grateful. I'm so thankful for the life I have. But just because I've been blessed with things, that doesn't mean that I don't go through stuff. Like, man, I'm tired. You can be tired with money. You can be tired with possessions. You can be tired while you have a good support system around you. Like, Jesus was tired. Like, when I think about Psalm 22, right, that basically prophesied the crucifixion of Christ, it talks about how Christ felt. It felt like he was poured out like a glass of water, like all of his bones were out of joint, right? It talks about how his tongue was stuck to the roof of his mouth, just in the dryness of his mouth, like a potsherd, right? It talked about how, like, he felt like, God, my God, why have you forsaken me, right? Like, he just felt so surrounded and attacked by life. It was just such a heavy burden. Like, so I know it's nothing wrong with being tired, because that's what this life does. It saps you of your energy. It robs you of the life that God wanted you to experience. And I'm not about to sit here and act like I'm not tired. I don't got nothing to prove to nobody. Like, I'm tired, fam. I'm tired, bro. It's heavy out here, man. It's heavy out here. And I already said, you have to follow God on top of the heaviness. Like, what are you supposed to do when you sitting next to your Bible and you can't pick it up and read it? What are you supposed to do when all you got to do is hit your bedside, close your eyes and pray, but you can't? Then what? Right? Because everybody a Christian when it's all going good and when it's sunshine and rainbows. But what about when it's like you're walking around on E? The tank is on E. Then what? Then what? You know? Like, for my brothers and sisters across the world that's going through this, or you've been there, just know you ain't alone, man. There's a lot of people out here trying to act like they always got it all figured out, man. Maybe they do. I don't know. But it's not like that for me. I go through a lot. I struggle with a lot. On top of the spiritual warfare, you got to go through on top of that, because you're really trying to live for God out here. You know? And it's like, I'll never deny the fact that God is still good. I still got breath in my lungs. I'm still blessed. I'm still thankful. For real. I'm not like going to give up on my life or nothing like crazy like that. But I'm not going to also avoid the fact that I'm tired. You know? But when I do think about how Christ was tired, yet he still persevered, I think about the spirit that drove him. You know, I know it's possible, right? I know that I got to lean on my support system. I know I got to get in the Bible anyway. I know I got to pray anyway. I know that comes with this life, but also like, I guess I'm just making this video because I want somebody to know that's going through this right now that you're not alone. You are not alone. You're not alone. If you've been too tired to get in your Bible, if you've been too tired to pray, if you've been too tired to talk to God, if the only thing you've been able to do is just like exist, you ain't alone. I feel you. And I felt you multiple times in my life.
But before we get into that, I found a way that y'all could make some side hustle money on your phones. But the only thing is that you have to play games on your phones. And I know that a lot of people do not like playing games on their phone and stuff like that. But this is an easy way to make some bread. Even if you only make an extra $100 or $200 a month, that could pay a couple bills just by playing games on your phone. And if you click my link in the description below or in the comments below, you could start out with a free $5. These companies are literally paying people just for y'all to play games on your phone. That is crazy. But just try it out. Go peep the games that they have. If you don't like it, hey, it is what it is. But I say it's worth a try.
I have such a great life so bad that every day I'm not there. It feels like a prison. My thoughts eat away at me, no matter how much I'm in the Word, no matter how I try to correct those thoughts with good thoughts and supportive thoughts or Bible verses, whatever it may be. And no matter what, you just feel weak. And your mind just challenges you like you're never going to get there. I just think it's really important to understand that you're not always going to feel good. You're not always going to want to work, to go to the gym, to have a good attitude. And those are the most important times where you discipline yourself into not letting those things win, not letting the outside factors win, not letting those thoughts win. I just cried my eyes out. I'm on a swing right now on a freaking playground all by myself in the middle of the night, 9:30 on a Friday night, having a tough time. But I'm also super grateful for these moments because I know it's temporary. I know there's going to be a time where I am winning, And when I have everything I ever dreamed of, and I earned it, and I made it through these parts, and I'll be able to help somebody who's in my shoes during their life, and I can relate to them and let them know that it does get better. They will win. This is why I do it. Like, I dream so big. I could be so average. I could go get a normal job, could go have a nice, consistent income every month, make mama happy, make the wife happy, something's consistent. But that's not me. I want the best. I want the hardest. If it's hard, I want it. And that's the difference. Just keep going, never give up, and be real. Nobody talks about the hard part.
We have this saying in the military that you have to embrace the suck. Embracing the suck was such a WTF moment the first time I heard it in the military, but it's something that I hold on to till this day. And the reason why what embrace the suck to me means is like embrace the hard parts of the process. Embrace that. Enjoy that. They didn't say embrace the success. They didn't say embrace the outcome. Embrace the bigger picture. They didn't say that. No, they say embrace the suck. And I believe that when I changed my mind and started to see life like a game of what is life demanding of me right now. It also says it in this book that I have, Man Searches for Meaning. Y'all should definitely pick up that book. I'll tag that book to this video. In every phase of our life, there is some type of demand life is asking from us. And it's not always about bills and it's not always about your job. Sometimes that thing that life is asking from you is something eternally. And when I think about the videos that I do now, and I think about when my friends call me and I'm able to give them an answer, all of the pain or the suffering or experiences that I've had, that suck that I was going through in that moment, all had a purpose. It's just that when we're going through what we're going through, when we're crying the tears, and it's okay to cry. It is okay to feel how you feel. Just know that this is a season. This is a moment. These moments shall pass too. And then one day you'll look back and be like, I remember when I was down and I watched this video and it just changed my perspective on everything that I was going through. I'm so glad that I went through that season because it made me stronger. When you think about working out, most people don't like to work out is because you have to embrace the suck. You really have to embrace a suck while you're working out. You're lifting weights when your muscles are done, but anybody that could tell you about bodybuilding or improving your body, you have to push past the point of comfort. So you have to embrace the suck in order to grow. Life is the same exact way. So to anybody that feels like life has no meaning or life is losing meaning for you, this is a season. This is a season for you to learn what is meaning. Because meaning to you may be the meaning that people have been giving you. Now that's empty. Meaning and purpose may be the purpose that the news is giving you. These are the things you should be focused on. Maybe what your mom and your dad told you should be focused on. But what is meaning to you? What gives you the feeling of purpose? What is the one thing about yourself that you have not expressed, but you know you find grandeur in this thing? Think about my time when I went through like my real bad anxiety breakdown and I was in my house by myself and I was all alone and I was going through it. I remember talking to a therapist and the therapist was just like, can you describe how you feel? And I was like, in the easiest words that I had at the moment, I don't really understand why people are laughing. I don't really understand why people are smiling. What is there to smile about? And I meant that because every smile for me felt forced. It felt like I'm just doing this because this is the socially accepted thing in this moment. But what is there really to smile about? What I had to learn is that those feelings that I was having, although it seemed so surface, like what is there to smile about? There's so much bad going on in the world. No, I was taught to feel like that. There was something that happened to me where my perspective got shifted and my enjoyment went out the window. Because to all of our cores, our natural state is actually enjoyment. So once I started reading books, and I'm about to give y'all a quote from a book that I always talk about in my videos. And that book is called Don't Believe Everything That You Think. This just shows you how strong a perspective is. For a lot of us, we're not even living in our natural state, which is enjoyment, which is peace. But I want to do a little practice with you. I want you to try this out as you're watching this video right now, okay? I want you to think about the dream life that you want. Imagine yourself actually being at that place. Imagine you being there. And just see it. Just whatever pops up in your head, just say it out loud. I have love around me. I'm a married man. I feel great. My body looks wonderful. I have health. I see my grandkids running around. Like whatever pops up in your head, say that thing out loud. Now, I want you to think about what you have to do to get it. Now, the thoughts that come to your head, well, I got to find a woman. And once I find a woman, then I could, vet her out. I hope she's going to be a good. So it's the thinking that is the problem. Right? It's the thinking that's stealing away the peace, the enjoyment that's originally inside of you. That small practice of understanding the difference between thinking and thoughts, that first answer that popped up in your head was a thought. That is something you didn't ask for. It just popped up in your head. And then the second thing that you did was think about it. You started thinking. You started going down a rabbit hole. Too many times we're getting stuck in this negative loop of thinking that it's hard to enjoy our natural state, which was just the thought. So before your mind runs rampant, be able to catch it and say, nah, we don't have to dwell on it, but this was the thought. This was what I originally felt without breaking it down. That small practice of just allowing myself to have thought versus thinking helped me be a lot more present. And what I realized is it doesn't matter where I am. There is peace within me when I'm not dwelling on the external.
At a point, we're not gonna be here anymore, and it's like I'm not gonna remember anything I did. So I just feel like I'm just doing all this stuff just to die anyway. And unfortunately, I don't like thinking like that because I know you have to live your life and stuff, and you gotta quote unquote accomplish this and that. But a lot of times, just be feeling like, for what though? And of course, like I'm still gonna do it anyway because I'm not gonna be like, for what, and then just go live on the fucking street. I'm not gonna do that and then have the rest of my life just be miserable. Until like I'm not here on earth no more. But it's like I be thinking that a lot where it's like going to work or like talking to like a girl or something like that, whatever the case is, whatever it is, I'd be like, what's the point sometimes when I sit down and think about it? And I don't like having that mindset about a lot of stuff. Like, especially if I sit down too long and I don't keep myself occupied, I'll start thinking like that and then start being like, there's no point in this. So that's, for me personally, I think like I have to keep myself occupied enough to like not have that mindset and maybe just like achieve more goals or long-term goals where I feel like I accomplished something. Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
This is why I feel like we need a social media unplug or internet unplug or negative news unplug. Like if you're gonna be on the internet, only consume the positive, because it's gotten to the point where all we are seeing is the negative sides of life. Remember what I said about the whole perspective thing. The only thing you are feeding your perspective is the perspectives of people that like to preach negativity, because negativity goes viral before positivity goes viral. You're going to see everything in a light of there's no point, because there's always a dark side to this. Rather than seeing life as a mission, rather than seeing life as a process. You go on the internet and most dating content is like, oh, men do this, men are trash, women do this, women are trash. So it's to the point where people don't want to date each other no more. You look on the news and politics, then messed up everybody's money. Racism has gone rampant. You know what I've learned how to do in this time? Lock my doors and enjoy me. Enjoy my family. Enjoy the love. I'm done proving myself to people. I'm done talking to people that I can't actually be myself. I want to live a life that's extremely fulfilled for me. And I had to be very clear of that direction. And to be clear of that direction, I had to clear up the smoke. The negative news, I don't want to hear that stuff. The people that always want to call me with their problems, I'm sorry, but there's a time and place for that. It's not every day. Go back to your core. One of the things I like to do when I'm feeling real bland is going back to something I enjoyed when I was a kid, such as like watching comedy or listening to comedy, just something to give me a laugh, listening to old music, or just going for a walk outside, but just unplugging from the world, because the world puts us in these states of just negativity. Everybody's on a search to go viral, but they don't realize what they're actually doing to the audience all you're giving me is negativity. I turn your video off and I feel worse than I did when I turned your video on. So people, I say this, unplug. Enjoy the breath that's in your lungs. Close your eyes, put on some meditation on the TV, and enjoy just being. Have your thing outside of what the world is expecting of you. Nobody has to understand it.
My sister died a couple of years ago, right? She worked hard, 40 years, died at 60. She didn't get to spend a penny of her pension. I see a lot of people die, and all they say, rich people, and all they say is, enjoy your life. Because none of this, in the end, means nothing. So that's what I would tell my younger self. Enjoy your life.
Are you enjoying your life right now?
Absolutely. See my girlfriend?
I guess the real warning is that you're killing yourself. There's a silent kill in your life right now that's making you feel anxious, depressed, stressed, and a bunch of other heavy emotions. While these feelings can stem from other life events like losing someone or past trauma, you know, all that kind of stuff, it also stems from not being aligned with your purpose, not being aligned with the reason that you were put here. And so your job is to find your purpose so you can stop living in the rut that you wake up in every single day. I know it can be overwhelming and confusing to find your purpose, and that
I hate to be the one to tell you this, but the sooner you can turn around and face the fact that you are the least common denominator in every problem in your life, the sooner you can snatch back the narrative and actually take control to shift your life in the direction that it is that you want it to go. Whether you like it or not, taking extreme ownership, radical accountability for every single thing that happens to you, even if you can't directly correlate or tie your actions to the outcome, gives you the highest likelihood of shifting the next outcome, the next situation in your favor. But when you project blame everywhere but inward, you completely relinquish yourself of control and opportunity to change it. So take extreme ownership.
I like that because if you don't like it, if you don't like how it feels, you change it. You change it. Too many of us are subconsciously living a life that we are told to live, or we believe this is how other people want us to live. We are charging up other people's batteries, leaving ourselves drained. Take full accountability of why your life is the way it is. Take a full accountability of why you feel the way you feel. The same way I said I was feeling like, what's the point in smiling? I had to go to the root. I had to go to the core of what is that feeling. I have ran so far away from being present. I ran so far away from being present. My mind kept going to the point I couldn't even sleep. If you would have told me to be present in that time, I wouldn't even know how to do that. I wouldn't even know why to do that. But it was my responsibility to find that so I can genuinely laugh again instead of trying to break down why is this funny. Instead of trying to break down, yeah, this is funny, but at the same time, we still got this stuff going on. Just be present. I mean, there's so many great moments. I could show y'all videos of third world countries and you will look in your life and say, how dare I? How dare I look at my life and say that it's not good? You know, it's not worthy. You would really say that to yourself. And I'm not discounting nothing that nobody is going through. But what I'm saying is sometimes it's perspective. I recently was looking for a new house, me and my wife, because our family is expanding. And I have enough room for my whole family, don't get me wrong. But it was like, you know, if I could give my family something bigger, more room, all this and all that, you know, and it got to the point where like I really was thinking about it. Like, I need to do this. My perspective changed into a no, you need to do this. I had to get my surgery, started watching some videos on YouTube, other countries and stuff like that. And I'm not going to shout out no specific countries, but I'll just say this. The way they were living, I mean, you have people living on the floor, in a closet in the back of a store, man, woman, and they kids. And I'm over here stressing about buying a new house. I don't bring that up to discount what I was thinking, to discount my idea, but it changed my perspective of be appreciative of where you're at. There's so much greatness where you are. If they can find greatness in where they are, you should be able to find greatness in where you are. We're all capable of it, but the world has told us to live this certain kind of way, to constantly chase this certain kind of thing instead of just enjoying the now. That's another book that I read. It's called Power of the Now. It's a really good book.
Your life's purpose is not music or writing or saving the animals, awakening the masses, teaching middle school, whatever you think it is. Those are merely mediums for you to express your life's purpose. They're are so many people who don't have an innate talent or skill or have that innate passion and feel purposeless. However, none of those things are purpose. I want us all to understand that our only purpose here on this earth is to embody love and is to live this life as fully as we can. Everything else that we do is just an accessory to living and loving and an accessory for bringing us joy and activity here. But it's not our purpose. Many of us don't realize that we aren't actually living, that we aren't using all of our senses to their maximum capacity, that we aren't actually taking in all of the experiences that we find ourselves in every present moment. You have the choice to live in every second that you have breath, and you have the choice to exude love in all of those moments as well. Then, and only when you align with the direction of love, will you have found your life's purpose. Your life's purpose.
Ferrari, but it's a motherfucker in a Honda wishing he had a Ferrari. It's a motherfucker riding a bike wishing he had a Honda. It's a motherfucker at a bus stop wishing he had a fucking bike. It's a motherfucker homeless on a bench wishing he had car fare to be on a bus because it's too fucking cold outside. It's a motherfucker in a hospital bed wishing he was fucking homeless to even walk because he's paralyzed. And it's a motherfucker dead, burning in hell right now, wishing he was fucking a paraplegic, so at least, even though his body don't work, his mouth work, and he'd be praying every motherfucking day trying to avoid going to the hellfire. Be grateful, man. You know what I'm saying? Be grateful. And never let desperation change your destination. Never let frustration change your destination. Never let temptation change your destination. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard, but it's worth it. God is hard, but he's not denying you. He's delaying you. And that delay is preparation.
Y'all don't know that smart guy. I love his podcast, his interviews that he does. Go look him up, the smart guy. But anyways, y'all, I want to end this video out right here. I hope this opened up somebody's eyes. I hope it gave you at least a shift, a small shift in your perspective of just trying to find the purpose in your right now. All right. Stop trying to chase the thing for later and find the purpose in the right now and move what you can move. That is one of the keys. Only focus on what you can control. So many of us are trying to focus on the outcome. You cannot focus on the outcome. You can only focus on what you can do. Because by the time you get there, after you're done with the process, you may not even want the same outcome you want right now. So just enjoy the process of life. Just enjoy the process of whatever life and God is asking of you right now. And that's different for everybody individually. All right. So anyways, y'all, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. A lot of y'all have not hit the subscribe button. All right. We on a road to 100,000. We are 30,000 people away. So I need everybody hitting that button. Shout out to y'all that are part of the 70,000. Shout out to y'all that haven't hit the subscribe button, but every time my video pops up, you click it. Thank you. Now, me and all I'm going to ask is for y'all to hit that subscribe button now, all right? Until next time, y'all, it's been your boy, Ty Boogie. The very last thing I will say is if you want to make some money playing games on your phone, like I say in all my videos, companies that literally paying people just to play games on your phone. You could click the link in the description below or the link in the comments below. It's crazy every time I think about it. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But if you catch yourself making some money, make your money. Until next time, y'all, it's been your boy, Ty Boogie. I'm out of here, man.